UPAC, or the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, is a group of professionals in the fields of science that decide the nomenclature for chemical compounds.
The importance of having defined rules to name hydrocarbons is that each hydrocarbon has different functions and different properties, and having a defined rule to name them, it makes easier to classify them.
Some common hydrocarbons are methane, propane, butane, ethene, ethine, among others.
Hydrocarbons are the compounds that are formed by hydrogen and carbon atoms. There are different types of hydrocarbons. The first one is the alkane, which is the one that has single bonds between the atoms, and then we have alkene, which has double bonds, and then we have alkyne, which is the one that has the triple bonds in between the atoms. And we also have the aromatic, which is the one that forms rings and has double and single bonds.
An alkane consists in hydrogen and carbon atoms arranged in a tree structure in which all carbon-carbon bonds are single. Naming rules for alkanes. First, identify the longest possible carbon chain. That will be the parent chain. Second, number the carbon starting from the ending closest to a substituent. Now, identify the substituents as methyl, ethyl, propyl, isopropyl, etc. depending on the number of carbons. Then, name the substituents alphabetically, indicating their location. If the same alkyl group is repeated, use a prefix as D, tri, tetra, etc. At the end, name the parent chain with the prefix "ane".
An alkene is an unsaturated carbon containing at least one carbon-carbon double bond.
To name alkenes, first identify the longest possible carbon chain that must include the double bond. Number the carbons starting from the ending closest to the double bond. Identify these substituents as methyl, ethyl, propyl, isopropyl, etc. Indicate the position of the substituents, starting in alphabetical order. If they are repeated, add a prefix. Now, indicate the position of the double bond. Change the ending to "in" in this case.
An alkyne is an unsaturated hydrocarbon that contains at least one carbon-carbon triple bond.
To name alkynes, first identify the parent chain that must include the triple bond. Then, number the carbons starting from the ending closest to a triple bond. Identify the substituents as methyl, ethyl, propyl, isopropyl, etc. depending on the number of carbons. Indicate the position of the substituents in alphabetical order. If they are repeated, add a prefix. Now indicate the position of the triple bond. In this case, change the ending to
An
"ine".
aromatic compound is a large unsaturated chemical compound that is characterized by one or more planar rings of atoms joined by covalent bonds of two different kinds. Now, the rules for naming aromatic compounds are: first, find the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms. This longest chain may not be written in a straight line. Then, name that longest chain with the appropriate alkane name. After that, find the substituents and name each of them with the appropriate group name. After that, number the carbons in the chain such that the lowest is given to the group nearest one of the one end of the chain. Then list the groups alphabetically in front of the longest chain name, and then precede each group name with a prefix indicating how many of them are present in the molecule. In front of the prefix, list the numbers of each group in the molecule and separate the numbers with a hyphen.
To conclude with this activity, I would like to say that I think it's really useful and very important to understand and to know how to name the different types of hydrocarbons, such as alkenes, alkanes, alkynes, and aromatics, because of their different functions and their different properties. And I really like to make this activity because it made me understand better how to name the different types of hydrocarbons, and I think that was really good because now I have more knowledge about the topic.
With this information we research, we learn more, in my opinion, specifically about alkynes. I think it is very good for society to start learning some stuff about chemistry and other branches of science, so we will be more noticed about how much every science helps to the society.
I really like this activity we did because I did not only learn about these hydrocarbons, which are really complex and interesting, but I also learned some applications in the real life because it's not only important to know about the structure and how to name them, but also what are the applications in our daily lives and how it affects us in our future lives. Because mm, science is evolving, and now hydrocarbons are a really important thing to know about because some of them are pollutants and some others help you with daily tasks. So I think it's very important to know them, to have them in your mind and use them in the future.
I like this activity because in this way we can show what we learn in class to other people, and also we can have a better understanding about the topic by learning how to teach it.
This activity taught me about how hydrocarbons are really important in our daily life and how we use them, and also that it's important to know how to name them because some of them can be dangerous for our health.